Hey everybody, welcome back to our alternative American history. It is late April 1895, and we are looking here at the Atlantic seaboard with all sorts of wonderful construction projects taking place. Look at all the railroads. They're all going in. We are dipping into our pretty sizable gold reserve here, sitting at 22 million. Lots and lots of money coming in. I like it. So we're obviously expanding and making everybody happy. We have a bureaucratic imbroglio, whatever it is. And this is basically just people, mired in complex bureaucratic proceedings about the whole thing with the professional army and people not wanting the professional army to take place. Well, not really much I can do about it, I guess. I don't want people to be more radical or anything like that. So I think I'll just go ahead and take this labyrinth of a legal system and have a very, very low chance of success for my professional army. It's a real shame, This big movement to keep the national militia is also causing more radicals. But I think the overwhelming majority of loyalists are going to hopefully counteract that as the radical line go up. So in the last video, we conquered Guatemala. At least we turned them into a puppet. But there's one other thing we did. We didn't just conquer Guatemala and turn them into a puppet. One of our war goals was actually to conquer a state. In this case, American Chiapas, right? As you saw the name, it changed to American Chiapas. And this is actually a state for which we can control. This is not a puppet. It's an unincorporated state, but it is something we actually can build in. So we are building in it. Yeah. Now we have a lot of turmoil here. It's been a rough life for these people. Okay. And we're gonna be spreading our freedom around the world pretty soon, showing other indigenous people of all sorts of different cultural backgrounds what it means to be an American. Okay. And in order to do that, we need to increase their quality of life. You got it. You understood. I knew you would get it. And so what we're going to do is we are going to get their rubber plantations. We have access to rubber here. We're going to start building in the American Chiapas, try to develop this region so that these people who have been in a terrible place their entire lives, this godforsaken, awful hellhole that is Central America, I don't know. It's probably lovely there. But anyway, they're currently struggling. Okay. Minimum expected. Everybody's down below their minimum expected life. And we're going to see this as we conquer more territory. We're going to see this a lot. And so the goal is to get these people to have a better life, have them like what they are experiencing, and go from there. So we're going to go into this ridiculously long 4 pages of our buildings that we're going to be doing here. And we're going to look at all the different things that are going in. We've got tooling workshops going in, more universities in Arkansas, and all sorts of things. And we're going to go all the way over to the end where we have the rubber plantations in American Chiapas. And we are going to get these things running, okay? Get the dye plantations on, get the construction sector happening, get their port up. And the port being here is kind of nice because this is on the other side, all right? It's not technically the West Coast, but it is on this side. And I think if we can do that, see, this is gold now. Yeah, it's actually lit up now. I don't know if that matters. I don't know if that means anything, but it's lit up now. And also, you can see that Honolulu, all right, it looks like Hawaii is an unrecognized power. We're obviously gonna need to get this as well. And these people are in turmoil as well, all right? We need to go save them from themselves, obviously. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to save them from themselves and make sure that we show them the ways of freedom. Introduce them to the red, white, and blue. Okay, I'll shut up now. In any case, we're going to go over here and fix this place, right? So American Chiapas, we're going to fix you right now. And to do that, I just have the time running as fast as I can. Again, we're dipping into our huge gold reserve now down to 21 million, but it was very high at the start here. And we just keep improving. So 3 weeks, you got 3 weeks for the rubber to be up here. Coffee is going to get online here. Now we have limited amounts. This is the first time we've ran into this, so I want to show you. We actually have limited usable arable land. And so you can't actually have everything maxed out here. So I'm prioritizing the land on coffee and dye. And I might introduce maybe tobacco into this, but I don't know yet. But we're starting to work on that. And then we also have the rubber plantations, which we can max out at just 7, but it's more than we had before. So at least we got something going, all right? So when the rubber plantations get online, we should hopefully see that they begin to hire people. And when they begin to hire people, we will then have access to rubber. They will become more profitable. The people will get good wages, and then their life will get better. And that is what we're looking for, right? So now that we have rubber introduced into the American market, we need to get the price of rubber up, not down. So the rubber needs to be very expensive so these guys can be profitable. Otherwise, they're not going to be very productive. So rubber, negative 62% discount. Where is this prosperity that you promised us, Charlie? Where is it? You promised us prosperity. Like District of Columbia is having a bit of a tumultuous time here as well. Why? Why are you unhappy? Excuse me? Why are you impoverished? What is going on here? Excuse me, DC? Shortage of ironclads? Shortage of ironclads? We don't have a shipyard here. The trade center is down. Interesting. I have to come back to that. Let me take a quick look at our shipyards here. Are you not making ironclads? Produce more ironclads, please. Yes. Good. Keep producing more ironclads. Become more productive, please. There we go. Iron steamers price drop. Ironclads price should start to drop here any second. Hopefully. There we go. Okay. You have more ironclads now? Good. Stop complaining. Now, what about you? What do you got going here? Up to 4.0 now. A little bit better, but it may be this trade routes with the UK is bad. Unclear what's going on with the people of DC. Maybe they're upset that they don't have anybody in Congress. They might be. They might just be. We're getting their railway expanded, but I don't think that's the problem. Because they got plenty of infrastructure, so the railway expansion shouldn't matter. Exactly. I should see this number start to go up soon. Turmoil just because of radicals. They're unhappy with their current circumstances. Look at all the stuff we're building. I just want to show you this. Look at this. Look at all the stuff we're currently building. Okay, and we're still 104 positive balance. All right. Now that's just nuts. Okay, that is great scale happening there. I think this is going to work itself out. I'm not entirely sure what their problem is right now. I haven't actually looked at DC in a long time, so maybe that's the problem. But they're the only place in the whole nation that seems to be in turmoil. So I will look at that in a second. But for now, I want to take a look at our new place at Chiapas here, because I should start seeing the percentage of people in turmoil down here go down. And as soon as the port is up, we should start seeing more infrastructure, which will give them more access to the American market. And then also the railroad expansion will also start helping them to get more access to the American market as well. And at that point, we should now begin to see, come on, railway, you can do this. It's going to get worse before it gets better. The railway needs to finish. And then it will get better over there. And then we should get, again, like I said, a rubber added to the market. They're having a hard time hiring. So let's give them a reason to need rubber. Hello, Michigan. How are you this evening? We're going to take you and turn you into automobile production. Yes, we are. Begin. The automobile industry is now beginning in Michigan. Rubber will now skyrocket, which will make rubber very, very attractive for everybody and greatly increase the price of engines. So we're obviously now going to need to increase all of our production of the engines, and we'll be doing that too just by going like this. Say 4 levels there in that one, and then also we'll switch over to urban here really quick and just make sure that our motor industries, here we go, we'll go South Dakota up to, Iowa up to, Kentucky up to, Alabama up to, Illinois can go up 3. So all of you guys that are not Michigan, you're very productive because engines are very expensive. You're going to be increased. Now, Michigan is going to have a hard time transitioning. It takes a little bit of time And the shortage of rubber is going to be the cause of that. But I think as time goes on, we should start to see that rubber is coming into our market a little bit easier. It's not going to be enough, I don't think. I really don't think it's going to be enough, but it's coming in at least a little bit. For the market, I want to go to trade routes really quick, take a look at some of the unproductive ones and get rid of it. And then I want to take a look at rubber and see if there's an import route now that we could use to bring more rubber into our market. And, you know, the Brazilian market is quite productive here. So why don't we go ahead and see about getting some rubber from the Brazilians. See if we can't get some rubber added to our market. Hopefully help in bringing down the price of their inputs here. So rubber is the big cost, right? And we need time to run in order for us to get that added to the market. So now the cost is going to start coming down for rubber. Hopefully. Steel's a little bit of a surplus. Tools are getting worked on in the queue, so is electricity. But if we can get the price of rubber under control, then we can get automobiles in, and then we can start changing out various things. You can see automobiles, the demand for this is 55. So we need to also do something about that. So if I was to go to our barracks, nope. It's in the buildings, isn't it? Development. We're going to the barracks, and we want to switch cavalry scouts to motorized reconnaissance. This is going to make automobiles in a significantly higher demand, and everyone's going to want automobiles now. Then we're going to come over to Kansas, and we're going to say, hey, guys, we need more oil. Ooh, they can't give it. Ooh, they can't give it to me. They can't give me more oil. They're pumping at maximum capacity. I was not aware of this. What about Pennsylvania? You guys got more capacity? You sure do. I'm going to go at 5... Looks like 10 levels. 10 levels. 10 levels with you. We're just really going to ramp that up, okay? So, railways are going to complete, and this is in Rhode Island and all those types of things. That's good. Let's take a quick look at the public address goes awry. Of course it does. People making a speech about the professional army, and it went into a public relations disaster. It looks like just this act is just not going to happen, is what it looks like to me. We're just not going to be able to get professional army yet. Yeah, negative 15%. See, I think that we just stop. Let's just preserve. Let's just go ahead. Done. I preserved it. All right. I placated this. It's not going to pass right now. We're going to have to wait a little while, get that to pass. And the number of radicals will sharply decline once that happens, okay? So apparently Washington just did not want it. They're not even in turmoil anymore. So it was pretty much, I think, all had to do with the law, although they're still considered impoverished, which is just a little bit odd to me. Is it the price of groceries? Groceries at a steep discount, so I don't think it's that. Wheat's stupid cheap. Need to start exporting more of that because it's way too cheap. Way too cheap. Export more wheat to Austrian market. Come on down, Austrian market. You just buy up all my wheat all you want. There you go. Damn. That's a lot of exports. I like that. Liquor can go as well. We'll give that to the Russians. And you can drink our vodka now. Looks like steamers are at a discount too. We'll send those to the Dutch. That's fine. And then fabrics at a little bit of a discount. The British can have that. And I think that'll pretty much take care of most of our surplus on a lot of our goods. We do, of course, want grain to go back down. I need that to happen. So hopefully that export will work itself out over time. But yeah, I realized that now. This had like a bit of an aha moment, okay? I had an aha moment, and it was with these trade routes, right? You just have to leave them open for a longer period of time, and they will like level themselves up, if you will. And so I think that's the best course of action to take here. They're going to be level 1 networks, and then they will have some up to level 2, level 3, etc., right? And so that's what I think ultimately needed to happen. We just needed these routes to level themselves up. And then they take additional convoys, which I have plenty of convoys already. So if I wanted to, for example, go in and import iron for some reason, you can see I have 1,397 convoys available, and the import here only will take 607. So as long as I have the convoys available, I can do it. But I think a lot of the production I want to have locally because it gives it causes our GDP, it causes our production of goods to be domestic, and that adds to our own wealth instead of passing our increase onto others. You can also export goods, which allows other people's gross domestic product to kind of in a way be transferred to you because the money generated over there is now being spent on goods that you produce. So it will basically transfer wealth to your nation. Instead, And as you can see, still number 2. We are 1 million behind the French. We are so close to being the number 1 nation. Oh, it's so good. Can't wait. Can't wait, I say. Is it time to go into Mexico? I need their rubber. I need all of Mexico's rubber is what I need. And I don't know if, honestly, I really have no idea if the British are going to be mad at me for doing this. I have no idea if this is going to be a problem with anyone else. The French, the Spanish, they may go in this. But you know what? I need your stuff. So let's go. I need your stuff. So we're going to go to war with Mexico. And we're going to annex Mexico now. It's time. So Guatemala will be forced to go in with us. That'll keep them busy at this border. But we're also going to want to get some troops over here. So let's get Jefferson. That's who your name is. Jefferson Kelly. I want you to go over here and defend the line. All right, just go over here and defend that line. Actually, what's your traits? Are you bandit pillager? Ooh, I don't want devastation. So you're just gonna stay on the line. Yeah. We don't need you to pillage the place. In the meantime, everyone else, let's mobilize, and we will move across the front lines with great enthusiasm. We will just go into all the places. I think I could probably just go into military and mobilize all generals, don't I? Yep, just mobilize all of them. There we go. And we're probably going to need conscripts and all that stuff to happen too, just in case the French get involved. So I think I'll go ahead and activate some conscripts as well. We got 47. Just go ahead and get you guys involved in this. Let's see, 38 here, 23 here. Yeah, we're just going to go in and take Mexico now. I'm allowed to at this point, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. 82. Yeah, we'll just take this many. We don't need to, I don't think we need everybody, but yeah, we'll just take these guys too. All right. And Alberta, you can help us too. All right. So we take all these conscripts, and we're going to now go to the front lines and attempt to take Mexico. That's right. That's what we're going to do. So right through there. And then our final guy is Job Garrett. Job is not in the place that I thought he was. I think I need Christopher Geddes to do this. So I think Navy-wise, we're going to take Theodore Sinclair. We're going to do a naval invasion of... Ooh, I can't do that yet because we're not in the war stage yet. I keep forgetting that that's a thing. All right, fine. Job, you can go to the front lines over to here. All right, that's where everybody's going. We're all going to Mexico now, okay? So let's see how Mexico feels about having so many people on their thing. They're very pessimistic about their chances to emerge victorious. It's almost certain that they will back down unless there's a change in the current balance of forces on each side. And currently we just have liberate New Africa and liberate Louisiana as their war goals. We are just looking to annex all of Mexico. That is a simple war goal. I think I don't need to do anything else other than that. Now, of course, as you know, we might see France get involved. We might see Spain get involved. And France is actually notorious at the moment. So... they're fighting their own wars, I think. They're doing a lot. France is currently mobilizing 50% at the moment. And Spain doesn't look like they're mobilizing anyone yet. But they do have Cuba as a subject, so we will need to go into that because I do want to bring Cuba in as a friend, if possible. These guys will absolutely not join me, no matter what I do, and neither will these guys. It looks like Great Britain is not interested anymore, but they're also not going to help us. So we're on our own, but at least we won't have their interference, which is a good thing. So we continue to build. We continue to put everything up as we can. We have 16.1 million loyalists at this point, which is pretty nice. And I think I might go ahead and activate even more conscripts. Really make this a one-sided thing that they just cannot get out of. They're just going to be like, okay, wait a minute. What the hell? Why are so many people? I know this is probably a bad thing to do, but I've got stability in my country. I've got stability in my budget, and I've got lots of loyalists and people happy, so I'm okay with doing this at the moment. I'm also going to go into my budget, and if I reduce taxes, it will reduce my income by 137,000. So that's not particularly great to see. I would be at a deficit at that point. So we'll keep it open for now. If I start getting a lot of radicals, then we'll look at it. But so far, it seems like this is going to be a very straightforward battle. And so far, I don't see France taking a side just yet. So let's speed up the time really quick. See if we just can't take Mexico right now. Get access to their rubber. And I am being very aggressive with the automobile and trying to get the automobile into my goods, because rubber is a short supply, right? So on the market, let's take a quick look. I've done a lot of stuff on the market lately, so I got to see whether or not I've adjusted prices enough. And like, these things are stupid. Like, wheat is just so cheap right now. Coal is a little more expensive. We need to do something about that again. So we'll just up the coal mines a little bit more, just saying. And then coal is always going to be that way. Steel is going to be a little more expensive. Iron mines need expanded now, but pretty much everything else is at a decent level. Aside from that, pretty much everything else is okay. Furniture is a little cheap. We might be able to export some of that. I think we can probably get porcelain down a little bit more. Sugar, I know what to do with that. It's all about you, Florida. That's right. It's all about you. You can do it for me, Florida, right there. Bump it up a bunch of levels. Okay, so it looks to me like still nobody's coming to help Mexico. This is a very good thing. I like this. Trench works is unlocked. Very good. Very, very good. I do like it. We'll raise the Arts Academy one, just as a way to say how you do. Power plant needs to go up too. We'll do that too. All right. Did they just give in? Hey! Mexico backs down! Mexico backs down! We have all of it! We didn't have to fight! Hooray! And everyone rejoices as there's no violence. California, how you doing? Oh, good to see ya. Let's get those gold mines working. That's right. Right away. Get those gold mines up and running. Can't believe Mexico didn't do that. What else? We got oil rigs here. I could get a couple of those going. And I want to get your construction sector to improve. Your port needs to go up. I'll get you a naval base, a bunch of barracks here, and a little bit of a railroad thing happening here as well. Okay. Now, the livestock ranches, we don't need to do much with them. I haven't done much with those. And it's mostly because they create things that we are already creating in other means. So meat is really the only thing I've been getting a lot of when it comes to the livestock ranches. It's just meat. But the fertilizer is created in our chemical places anyway, so I haven't really needed a lot of that. And the fabric, of course, was with the cotton plantation, so I haven't really needed a lot with that either. And grain is an input, right? So if I can do things that will reduce the labor, and I guess it's going to increase electricity and iron and all that stuff, fine. But if I can do things that will produce more meat, that's fine. But I want to also consume more of other goods too. So now we're consuming other goods. And, so sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes not such a good thing. And right now it's not that good of a thing because everything it's consuming other than grain is expensive. We're going to address that. And the thing is, like, when it comes to like trying to balance the market, I said this before, like I was trying to get everything to zero, which the zero is the price you want to be at. That's the ideal. Don't let anyone tell you differently, okay? Market equilibrium price is the most optimal price the market can set that will balance out the quantity demanded with the quantity supplied. That is just basic economics. So market equilibrium is 0%, all right? But as the nation expands, which it is doing rapidly, as new factories come online, as new changes emerge in the markets, it will fluctuate, and you will never be able to get everything at zero, because everything is always moving. The only way we could get something at zero is if my population wasn't growing. As the population spikes way up, because now Mexico's included. So all those people are Mexico's included. But look at this. Now my GDP is #1 in the world very easily. And look at this. We soar above France. We are a powerhouse to be reckoned with now. Yes. GDP per capita is 519. We're going to want to get that up because ours is bad compared to South Wales. Really? Wow. I actually expected Great Britain to be on the top of this list, but all right. So anyway, let's take a look really quick. Texas should have oil, and yes, they do. Okay, I was like, I can't believe they don't have oil. Let's get oil here. We want all the places with gold mines to be on and operational, but we also need government ooh. Oh, right. We still have to get Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. I wanted to have this by 1900. I'm sorry, Canada. I think you're next. If I wanted to annex them, I probably would be notorious at that point, right? Like, I'm already notorious, but I would absolutely get to the point where I'm pissing off the rest of the world and they would want to cut me down to size. Just because I'm a little bit curious, though. 56 is what it's worth. 56.2 to take Canada. But we cannot puppet Canada. You can't do that because they're already a puppet of Great Britain. So the only way to do this is to go after Great Britain. So, I mean, Washington, Idaho. We might have to play the long game with these states, all right? This might need to be something that actually takes 15 years to do. I might have to say, hey, I want Idaho now, and then we do Idaho, wait 5 years. I want Oregon now, wait 5 years. I want Washington now, etc. Like that might need to be how we play that, because these guys are a puppet. We won't be able to puppet them or go Dominion or anything like that. So we'll have to see how that works. But I am happy though that we didn't have to go in. Let's just max out the rubber plantations. I am happy though that we didn't have to go in and actually have a war with Mexico, because I really didn't want to have any devastation in their lands. I wanted to kind of preserve their lands a bit, and so we're gonna now get rubber up. So we'll get all the gold mines operational. That should be number 1. Then the rubber plantations need to start getting maxed out. So we're gonna start up getting the rubber plantations going. We have 2 more there, and basically getting all of Mexico to be sending me rubber. All right, that's what we need. Lots and lots of rubber, please. Yep, and now we have 941 construction capacity at a time. This is insanity. Oh, how productive we can be. My GDP is going to soar here. It is going to skyrocket. Now we have a lot of radicals now, right? Notice the extreme increase in radicals. That's because all of Mexico, all of these guys, they're all like, no, we don't like this United States. They're big bullies. They conquered us. But they're going to start dropping, right? They're going to start dropping because they're going to start seeing that the American way of life is better, okay? We're going to make them see. We're going to make them see. And we do this by making sure that everything is inexpensive. So coal needs to go up. Tools, these are good inputs. Consumer products, though. Groceries are negative. Transportation is negative. Services are still very cheap. Furniture is very cheap. That's things they want to buy. Porcelain could be increased, and I think the power also needs to be upgraded. So let's upgrade the power by a couple of levels here, and then also in Georgia, it's already getting upgraded. Okay. And then I think we need to get our glassworks going a little bit better. So you're the one making lots of porcelain, right? Yeah. So lead is very expensive. I need to do something about that. So let's increase this by 7 levels, and then the lead. Where's the lead? Is it Illinois? It's Illinois. Lead is very good business right now. Oh yeah, the price of lead being skyrocketed. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to put a stop to how profitable your lead is though. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Get that up at the top of, get that up at the top of the list. And then also the glassworks up a little bit and the power plant. All right, just make sure that's up there, and then also need to get the rubber plantations going too. All right, see how much stuff I'm doing at once? I'm very productive. This country is very productive. We have almost the entirety of the standard lower 48 United States, which is what my goal was by 1900. But instead of having these 3 states, we have the entirety of Mexico and Guatemala. Okay, almost the entirety of Guatemala. I think there was... no, this is El Salvador. Yeah, interesting. Okay, San Salvador, El Salvador. I always get those 2 mixed up. Anyway, so El Salvadoran proletariat revolt. They're revolting towards us. Towards us? You're revolting towards me for? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to you. That's the British. The British control this territory, do they not? Huh? What are you? You're a puppet of the British, I thought, huh? Aren't you? Population buildings. Oh, come on, what is this? Are you not a puppet? I thought for sure you were a puppet. This flag is like all torn. I love it. Diplomacy, improve relations. You're not a puppet. Oh, that means you're up for grabs, doesn't it? Like it does. We can begin improving relations. Maybe we can improve our relationship with them. That might be fine. But look at all this is in turmoil, right? Everybody in Mexico is just all in turmoil. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Our life sucks. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna make it better, okay? We're gonna make it all better. We're gonna start by getting all your rubber in my possession. That's what we're gonna do. Make it all better for you. Make sure you also have access to the railways and a construction sector to help out with that too. Oh yeah. So now we're gonna get up to over 1,000. We're gonna have over 1,000 construction capacity, which is just nuts. I think it's nuts. I think it's great, but I think it's nuts. Because even with all of our tax budget, even with all of our wonderful budget, we still have a deficit. It's only 147,000, which is nothing. I mean, that used to be a huge deficit for us, but I mean, my GDP is 330 million, right? This is the total value, by the way, if you're not familiar with GDP. Maybe you never heard that term before, I don't know. Gross domestic product is a measurement of the total market value of all final goods that are produced within a country. So you're essentially looking at the total market value of everything that we create in country and sell. What is the value of the things that we are selling that is created in the country? And so you can, that's how much. $330.8 million worth of goods are made here, which is more than any other country in the world. And to improve GDP per capita, we just need to make our processes more efficient so that our GDP can be more, so that our country can be more productive. We can make more goods with less people, and that will raise how much money we're earning per the number of people we have. Now that's going to be quite difficult because we're also growing very fast. And so I could maybe go into institutions, and I only have this on a level 2, but I could raise up to 5 and grow even faster. Or I could take this down and grow slower. I think that's what this does. Colonial growth generation. Amount of colonial growth generated by POPs in incorporated states. This is only in incorporated states, which, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, let me just real quick take a look as this menu goes. Are we incorporated? Not quite yet. Colorado is. That's good, but not quite yet. Now, you have a lot of bureaucracy. Let's get California and Nevada and Utah and Arizona and New Mexico and Texas. Let's get them all in here. Let's get them incorporated. I think that's a good idea. What else can we incorporate? No, I think I will hold off on incorporating American Oklahoma. I guess it's fine, but we want to get Oklahoma, right? Like, these are where the Native Americans are at, and I'd really like to, kind of encourage them to join us. If they could just join our nation, I think that'd be good. Is there any way to, like, I don't know, convince them to become our country? Is there any way to do this, I don't know how to do that. I don't think there is a way to do that. Yeah. Ban slavery there. I think they actually have legalized slavery in this part of the country. Oklahoma. I think they have slave. Yeah, this is a slave state. This section still incorporates slavery, because I don't control this, and the Indians do, and they are the Cherokee, Polish, and English. Look at this. Even though this is our dedicated Indian territory, they used to be almost 100% Cherokee, and their population is dying away. I mean, only 36% of this land is Cherokee now. Right? We got Polish, Dutch, Azerbaijani, we got English, Lithuanian, North Caucasian, Welsh, Maltese, Hittita, Lunda, Estonian, Siouan, Serbian even in this country now? My gosh. Cherokee are starting to lose their numbers here. That's unfortunate. Well, I mean, it's bound to happen. I mean, we're just colonization, man, I guess. So compression ignition is done, which means I can have tractors that use oil now. Fun times. I think we go and get maybe the steam turbine. We can start consuming coal for power. I'd rather not do that if I can avoid it, but I think we'll probably have to. And then I think paved roads sounds cool. More construction, more infrastructure. Yeah. Let's get paved roads, because I look at all the nations. Like, look at all this stuff, right? These all the cars and stuff going by on these dirt roads. It seems cool, but you look at these and you're thinking to yourself, well, maybe you're not, but I am. Why don't they pave their roads? Right? Well, it's because it's 1896. So let's get paved roads, huh? Look at Detroit. I had somebody ask me to look at cities. Let's take a minute and just look at cities, right? So here you go, right? The train goes into the town and disappears, which is kind of cool. I like how it fades out of line, so like not the whole thing fades, but I just like it. I just like how they've done that. It's cool. But like, there's Detroit. All right, there you go. There's the bridge to Canada. Takes them into Ontario. right? We got Windsor right over here, all right? Got casinos and lots of bars and strip clubs and all sorts of party things happening right across the border for all the people in Detroit to have. Yep. And then you've got, Traverse City is still a small town right now. And then over here you have Hell. No, literally. Look it up on a map. Hell, Michigan. Look it up. Yeah, you want to go to Hell? It's over there. So tell someone to go to Hell in Michigan, though. You're like, all right, well, that's, I don't know, about 2.5 hours north of me, but all right. Let's see. We got Lansing here. This is our capital. It just doesn't seem like a capital right now, does it? That's what it is, though. Lansing's the capital. The biggest cities in the country. Do you ever notice that? I mean, maybe it's not true for everywhere. I feel like in most states, the capital of the state is never the largest populated area, you know? Like, Lansing is nowhere near the size of Detroit, right? And then you have New York City, but Albany is the capital. Okay, sure. So, like, it's not like that way with every state, but it's like that with most states. The capital of the state is never the largest populated area. I wonder why that is. I'm sure someone in the comments will have an answer for that, but I guess I've never really fully thought about it, and so now I'm finding myself wondering why. Yeah, here's Baton Rouge. Ding ding, got some stuff built there. I'm not sure what it was, but I'm sure it will help the people. Lots of bridges going on in here. Crazy amounts of bridges going into New Orleans. New Orleans. Little lighthouse right there. I like it. In the Gulf of Mexico, right? Some Louisiana. You got Lafayette. Come all the way over here. You got Houston, which is in turmoil. Let's take a look at Houston here. What's going on, Texas? Huh? What's going on, Texas? Infrastructure's a little lacking, is it? Okay, we can fix that. I'm going to give you a port. I'm going to give you a construction sector. I'm going to give you a railway. There you go. Now you can have lots of it. We're also going to increase your barracks by 5 levels because I don't have professional army, and that's the only way I can do it. Yep. I'm pretty sure your logging camps are focused on hardwood production, I think, here. Yeah, hardwood production for you. Let's use chainsaws to give some more business to the oil industry, and then also rail transportation. Once you have the port up, that should be good. And then I also want to make sure I get a couple of government administration buildings in there because I got a feeling Texas is going to be a booming state here pretty soon. I have a feeling there's going to be an awful lot of construction going on in Texas. Speaking of which, look at the gold mines. Oh yeah, we are now cruising on the gold mines. Loving it. Let's get a little extra stuff in California. Their naval base is going to go up another level because if I'm going to go to war to get Alaska, I'm going to probably have to fight Russia. And so I want to have a good navy stationed over here so that they can react, okay? I want my boats to be ready to go on the west coast as well. Nevada, we've got lots of gold mines there. Let's get those working. Government administration building up a couple levels. And let's also give you some infrastructure. Get your barracks up in case we get attacked. And there we go. Okay, we're good there. Iron mines need to go up too because we are going to be using a lot more iron as we expand to get our steel industry expanded too. So we'll go up 5 more levels there too. Now the electrics industry is dying basically. Telephones are just in such low demand, and I'm not entirely sure how I use telephones. So it looks like it's used in government administration is all it is. Let's take a look. Market. Nope, that's not what we want. Buildings. Haha, yes. And then go to urban. Find government administration. Is there something I can do to improve my government even further by incorporating telephones? Can we do this? Let's see. Telephone switchboards. Here we go. So we can do some of these. I think we'll start this in big ones like New York. So telephone switchboards in New York will greatly increase the need for telephones. There we go. That's it. We'll start telephone switchboards there. And then by doing that, we should see the electric industry soar in productivity and start hiring tons of people and paying them really good wages, hopefully, instead of 9 cents. Yep, let's go. Let's get more wages. Hire more people, please. Radio production, we could do that too. Improve radios. What are radios used in production-wise? Barracks, conscription centers, and naval bases. Okay. Okay, yeah, we can start using radios in our naval bases. I guess that's probably fine. We'll prioritize the telephone for now. But we should see the wages start to go up here. There it is, much more. Because as they start being more productive and producing more, we should see that happen. Now, there's always a giant spike, right? You're always going to see a spike in the price of a good. It might tell you that it's going to be 90 or 70 or something like that, and then it's going to come back down. So it is a little bit more expensive at 10%, but it's not nearly as expensive as what it said it was going to be. And that's because it's all based on current demand, right? But as we make it more available at a cheaper price, all of a sudden we make a whole bunch of them available because we're starting to get productive, and the price skyrockets. Demand will fall a little bit, which causes the supply demanded to have to come back down, right? So the quantity supplied begins to come back down to meet the quantity demanded. So we're going to look at textile mills a little bit. Tooling needs to go up. Textile mills need to go up. And furniture was a little bit pricey. Now, I think the price went up on furniture. It did not. Oh, it was luxury furniture. Can we make more luxury furniture? Yes, assembly lines. We want to do that. And I also want you making luxury furniture, though. We can focus on this. No. Precision Tools makes more luxury furniture already. Okay. Let me go to my buildies really quick. Furniture production here. Let's say everybody does precision tools. Price of hardwood goes way up. But for the most part, this is what we want. Everything that happens to the prices is exactly what I want to happen. So everyone start doing precision tools, please. And then the price of hardwood just skyrocketed. So we'll need to adjust logging camps to go with that too. So logging is in rural. And logging is going to be down here. Here it is, logging camps. And let's make sure that we're doing, put everybody on sawmills. That's not what we want. It's not this one. It's this one. Yeah, hardwood production. Put everyone on hardwood production, and this will help us getting what we need. So this is going to make more oil, tools. Just looking at what we need here. Rail log carts uses more transportation, uses a lot less labor. That's cool. We'll have to expand transportation sector then by doing that. Electric engines are now available in the motor industries. That's the rail carts. I was like, I don't remember seeing that as an option. It just showed up. That's why. Okay. Let's change some of these to hardwood production just to get more supply on the market here. And let's see if that alters the price at all in a meaningful way at the moment. So I want hardwood to be under control now. 7.5. That's not bad. We'll do one more. All right. So who won the election? Trade unions win the election. That means the Communist Party won? Really? Nahua is trying to break away. Where are you? Mesoamerica, you're down here. So you two, these two states are trying to break away. I mean, I have no issues. You want to try it? You go for it. We'll be right there. We'll be right there waiting for you to try to secede. Tiny little nations. We'll get you in. We'll definitely get you. Now, wait a minute now. You're in turmoil, and it's a lot of turmoil, don't get me wrong, but has your life not gotten better? Huh? You're middling now instead of struggling. Has your life not improved by your inclusion in the United States? Huh? Do you not see that your coffee plantations are plentiful? Huh? May there be forever tobacco in your fields? No? You don't see this happening? Certainly not going to give you barracks, that's for sure. But I mean, there's plenty of things for you to do here. You don't have to revolt. Certainly, we can come to some other type of understanding, right? Look at your luxury furniture industry is going to be doing really well. We'll even get you on assembly lines to help you out with it further. Oh, come on. We're improving you. So yeah, it is looking as though... it does look as though the Communist Party just won the election in the United States. Industrial boom. Tooling workshops in New York are reporting a small production surplus. This is all good. I like this. Manufacturing industries throughout everyone. It's like everyone is going to be more productive now. I like it. I mean, if you guys want to secede, I guess go for it. You know? Turmoil is lower than 50%. Progress will be reduced. Okay. I mean, you're looking at Mexico with one army seceding here. It's Mexico City, basically. So you're not going to be able to get out of this. But if you could try, I mean, I'm not going to stop you from trying, but I really think you should reconsider this, because all it's going to lead to is a lot of death, all right? And we don't need that. We don't need a lot of death. We just simply don't. Okay, look, I'll give you motor carriages and electric street lights, and I'll even give you arcades. Here, let's give you arcades in Mexico City. Now, surely that's going to make you happier. It's got to. Arcades, all right? Look at the freaking video games. You're the only ones in the whole nation that actually have them, by the way. Not even New York has arcades, all right? So this ought to make you happy. Look at this, see? Come on, come on. Yeah, come on, come on. This is growing pains. Everywhere that was Mexico is just in turmoil. We have to calm them down. All these radicals that we just took over, they need to learn that things are actually better on the other side. They just have to see it. They have to go and experience the other side of things. Maybe when we get all of this gigantic amounts of construction done, maybe then they'll see the light. Or I'll just have to, like, you know, get in there, because it looks to me like they are definitely going to do this. Although, am I correct in assuming that there's only one? Yeah, there's only one part that's going to secede now. It's just that one bit there. The rest of it is not yet bad enough to do that yet. It doesn't believe anyway. I don't believe. Because you guys are down 31%, yes, and 40%. Okay, but this is the worst one. Mexico City is the worst one. So we need to improve Mexico City. So I think everything that is planned in Mexico City, let's give you all the things, okay, Mexico City? Give you all the things and get you to work on some really good industries that we have a very balanced market for now, aside from tools. I have to work on tools and always working on electricity, constantly expanding the electrical grid as new industries go in. But let's take a look really quick at this. Is there anything that is specifically near Mexico City? Is it called Mexico City? Is it called... Yeah, it's called Mexico. This is just literally called Mexico. So we'll get more government administration to help with this. We can get more furniture manufacturers in. Raise your sugar plantations up a little bit. Your glassworks can go up a little bit too to help out with our... mostly it's to help out with our porcelain problem, which is very profitable, by the way. You guys should try being in the porcelain industry. No? No, you're still going to secede? It looks like you're still going to secede. You're still trying to run away from me. 96%. Time to get our army ready to go. About to have a civil war, and it's going to be right here. Now, this is not the civil war. It's just a small part of our newly annexed place throwing a fit, and we'll have to go in and make sure that they understand who's boss. Can I kick the Communist Party out of government? I can, but it will reduce my legitimacy a lot. I could bring the industrialists in. That will really screw it up, won't it? Yeah, let's get the industrialists out of there, and I guess we'll have to bring the Communist Party back into government, because that's the only way to keep them. I mean, that's the only way to keep legitimacy, because they did legitimately win. Yeah. Amos Leggett won the election. He's part of the Communist Party, so that's his ideology. There it is. So he's now the president. And we're going to have a war on our hands. Here we go. They are attempting to leave the Union, and they are the only place that is trying to do this. Okay, well, if that's how you feel, which one of you is not going to just, like, burn the place to the ground? You seem like a good chap to try this out. Why don't you go in there and, advance the front, take over that territory, and make sure that they understand who's boss. Time to put on the Big Daddy pants. With Mexico, the capital of Mexico, Mexico City there. Is that the capital of Mexico? Mexico City? I feel like it is, right? I'm a little bit, yeah, I'm a little bit out of my league on that, I think. Just a little bit. I think it is what it is, but I don't know. In the meantime, we will try to get their neighbors happy so that they don't want to run away. And we'll just get a couple of their industries up a little bit because their prices are inflated. So we're going to want to make sure that they are even better off than they were before. Here we go. Give them more jobs, incoming jobs for all the people in this particular part of the world. Okay, then. So you see that most of the video, I've been operating at a big deficit most of the video, but yet, you know, we still have over 20 million gold in our gold reserves. That's the power of my scale, man. I'm scaling this up. 82% here. Quality of life is minimum expected standard of living is higher than it's ever been. Population has dipped a little bit. I think that little tiny dip is just the part that's, you know, it's running away. You know, it's the seeding or whatever, right? So our current population is almost 62 million people, all right? 61.5 million people, all right? Which is pretty dang good, I think, okay? But I think what's even better, right, is that we currently have a 2.5% unemployment rate. No, there's 38 dependents, so these guys aren't workforce yet. So I suppose we'll cut this in half, and we'll say that we have about a almost 6% unemployment rate, unless my math is terrible. 6% is great. 6% is a good percentage. I mean, maybe we could go a little lower, you know, maybe get to 5 or 4, but I wouldn't really want to go any lower than 4, especially as fast as we're growing here. I think a good unemployed population is a good number of having unemployed population is a good thing, because you need people. Oh, look at this. Canada and Spain might interject in this. Is this going to give me infamy? I mean, I'm just trying to stop a secession here of my lawfully acquired land, right? These people are trying to run away from my lawfully acquired land. I can make the tool industry public, I think, maybe. Get these tooling workshops at the top of... Oops, that's not what I wanted. That switched on me. Tooling workshops. Put them to the top of the list, please. Now I need to work on these areas so that they can make more money and their people can be happier. I think we need to focus on luxuries a lot. Luxury tools and stuff. We need to make all of our processes more efficient so that we can raise our GDP per capita. We're now number 7 in the world. That's pretty good. We're getting there. We're moving up in the chain. Already number 1 and number 1. Both of them, all right? That's what we want to be. Number 1 and number 1. Just keep right on going, man. Cruising. Unfortunately, I don't believe we're going to get these in time because I don't know how to navigate with Canada. I don't know how to get these guys. Like, they have a nice attitude with us. They're good relations with us. I don't know if there's any way that I can, you know, bring them into my nation without aggressive diplomacy, right? I don't know if I can, without aggressive negotiations, right? I don't know if there's a way to do that. I want to say there isn't, but I don't know this. A real quick look at taxation capacity, infrastructure, just on these general states here. I don't think there's a problem in any of them, but if there is, I just want to be able to see it right away. We only have 21 more months until Kansas is incorporated. Same thing with Nebraska and South Dakota and North Dakota, 32 months here. All right, so we're going to start getting more of these guys incorporated. This is pretty good, right? Colorado already is. 20 years on Utah. We just got access to Utah. Same thing with Nevada and California. So they're not going to be fully incorporated states by 1900, but they will be states. And these guys won't be, but Texas will be in 15 months. Yep. And then probably need to get all of Oklahoma soon too. So did you guys decide that you didn't want to do it anymore? You back down? Looks like you backed down. Oh, well, good. See? Put you in your place. That's right. So now we just need to get everything up in the urban centers and make sure everything is operational and that you guys are happy. All right. So let's get rail transportation. Rubber's down 75% in price now. So that will probably make Mexico City happy if we could produce more motors. And we need to increase the demand for cars if we're going to do this. So cars are a little bit cheap. Engines are a little bit more pricey. But rubber is stupid dirt cheap. So we need to use more rubber. So textile mills, I think, are the next place to do this because we can start using elastics. Yeah, especially for the luxury clothing market. So I think we can go to urban textile mills and let's switch some of these, like New York, we'll switch it to elastics. So we'll use more rubber and make a lot more luxury clothes, which should bring down the price of luxury clothes while bringing up the price of rubber and allowing the rubber industry to actually be profitable. And then we'll also go in and do elastics in Mexico as well. And then also I want automatic power looms on all of these. And yes, I realize that's going to greatly increase my price of electricity, and that's okay. And I think we just switch everybody to elastics. Luxury clothes market can just get crushed. Maybe we don't want that. I mean, I'm sure the rest of the population would love to have really cheap luxury clothes, but I'm not sure we can afford to do that just now. Looks like we're probably good there. So if I check the market in check the market again in a couple of days, we should see now, I think, that the rubber industry should be doing better. And the turmoil in Mexico, standard of living is going to start going up because you guys can actually profit from rubber now. There you go. And the price of rubber is now, much better. Much, much better for the price of rubber now. See, you guys can actually start making money in this plantation, but there's only 2 of them. But that's all right. Your textile mills can also make the elastics. And currently, input shortage of input goods for you. Previous shortages of input goods has resulted in a lingering penalty on all outputs of this building. Huh? Previous shortages of input goods has resulted in a lingering penalty on all outputs in this building. Does it just mean it takes time for the goods to get here or something? Like there used to be a shortage, but not anymore. Dyes are very expensive. We can get our dye industry going a little bit more. I believe the dye plantations are right here. We can upgrade that by 3. In Guerrero, we can upgrade that. Gold mines need to be operational. What you doing, gold mines? Go, go, go. Get the rubber. I'm just going to start rubber a little bit here. Rubber's cheap, so... And then let's get the dye plantations operational here, too. Let's see... Jalisco. There's a lot of territories now. A lot of little territories that I need to make sure people are, more comfortable in. But, still, we're still going to have a lot of turmoil, a lot of radicals in these areas for a little while until we can turn them around. It takes years to conquer a place and stabilize it and turn it around and have people have a better quality of living after you conquer a place. So, this is going to take a while. In game, but I think we can do it. Coffee's a little bit pricey here, so I think I'm gonna raise this by 5 levels. That should help these people a lot. Zacatecas, is that how you say this? Textile mills, you should be cruising. I can get you on elastics as well. Make more luxury clothing. Bring down the price of luxury clothing a little bit more. There we go. It's reasonable now, 4% discount. Regular clothing is not doing quite as well. We can maybe get that going in Durango. Just need to get a little bit of infrastructure in there first. There we go. And then we can get Durango. Let's get a couple government buildings. And then we're going to start you off with a textile mill that is going to focus on non-luxury clothing only because we still have a need for that. And we're going to go up 3 levels with you there. So we'll start with that on you. Rio Grande, or Rio Grande, some people like to say. Let's make sure we get a construction sector for you. And then I also want to get a port here to help your infrastructure as well. One more railway section. We'll up your dye production by 2. Maize farms are currently working on vineyards, which is good for our wine because wine is still expensive. So I think we increase that with you. And then also we can go down to compression, ignition, tractors. That's great. Tractors in the maize farms. I like it. Guys, this has been another episode of Alternative American History. It is now middle of 1897. We have fully brought in Mexico into the United States. It is not just a puppet anymore. They are mine. And Guatemala, this very small part here, we will do that next. We will annex that next. And then we will look to other regions, other places that have resources we need, because we're going to start doing that too. I do want to bring Cuba in. I absolutely have to get Puerto Rico eventually. Obviously, we have these 3 states that we still need to get, and then there's Alaska and Hawaii. And after that, it's all gravy, like Mexico already is. Speaking of which, I have to see if they have a gravy industry, because I think that would be a good thing to start producing right about now. I think gravy's great. Don't you like gravy? Give me your favorite flavor of gravy down in the comments, all right? Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.